Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well and great. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, what I'm intending to do is teach the basics on how to do an eyeshadow, especially for beginners. So if you're a beginner and you're struggling to do your eyeshadow, I hope this video will be helpful for you. So few days back, I had received a PR package from Freyara Cosmetics. They had sent me some products before as well. So if you scroll down through my video, you might have seen a previous video on Freyara, and I had done like an not an unboxing but like a review with a very simple makeup tutorial. So this time they sent across some more of their product. To start with, they sent across their Freyara eyeshadow palette. This is their dark nude eyeshadow palette. This is how the palette looks like. It has got stunning 18 shades, 6 matte shades and 12 shimmer glitter shades going on. So I thought, why not do a tutorial using this palette. Also, they sent across three more of their felt tip liner. Before, they had sent across the black one. This is the brown, red and the violet one. So thank you so much, Freyara, for this. And previously they had sent across two of their lipsticks as well. One was from their matte variant and the other one was from their shining glossy variant. So this time they sent two more. This is the Freyara matte lipstick in the shade Krail and a clear gloss as well. Along with the eyeshadow, they sent 17 of their eye brushes. My most favorite products from the previous PR package was definitely their brush set, the 17-piece eye makeup set, which has all sorts of blending brushes, crease brushes, shadow brush, concealer brush, lip brush, brow brush, all sorts of brushes that you will need to do makeup. So thank you so much. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Also, if you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Nazla Amrin and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've done my base makeup except for the eye, my brows, face, everything is done. The first and foremost thing before doing any eye makeup is to ensure that you have a proper base, an eye base. You can use an eyeshadow primer or an eyeshadow base or even a concealer would do. Always make it a point to use matte concealers or else there will be more chances to crease. An eyeshadow base will ensure that the eyeshadows will not become patchy. It will blend well, it will not crease on our crease line, and will also ensure that the colors that we use of the eyeshadow will show through much more. Here I'm using the Catrice waterproof eyeshadow primer. This is a mattifying eyeshadow primer that I recently purchased. You can also go ahead and use a concealer. So this is, even though it appears white, when we apply on the eye it will become clear. So with my finger itself, I'll slowly just blend it in. This is a concealer brush from the package that came from Freyara. So I'll just use this brush. Alright, so the base is done. Now, when we touch it, we will feel it's a bit tacky, but that's fine. It will set in. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it lightly with a powder. For this, I'm using the K-Beauty HD setting powder. Any powder would do. Taking any brush and a little bit of the powder, I'll slowly pat it onto the eye. Yeah, so we have now applied the eyeshadow base and went ahead and set it with some powder. Why we apply or why we set the base with the powder is to ensure that there is no creasing that will happen. And also after using a cream product, it's always better to set it with powder because the eyeshadows are mostly, and this eyeshadow is a powder product, right? So when we use any powder product above the crease product, there are more chances of the shadows getting more patchy. So it's always better to use a setting powder, any powder, and set the crease and then go ahead with the eyeshadow. So to do a basic eye makeup look, you will need different sets of brushes, right? So it's always best to get a good set of eye makeup brush, something that has a blending brush. Something like this that's fluffy is called a blending brush. It's always better to use something like this for the crease as well, something that's angular and it can be used on the crease as well as on the outer V. A small pencil brush, something like this that's densely packed, which can be used for detailing of the lower lash line as well as a bit on the upper lash line as well. Other brushes like a highlight inner corner, a highlighting brush or a liner brush are all optional. If you have these three brushes, you can get like a basic eye makeup look. So we will take this brush. This is like a crease brush or an eyeshadow brush. And we will start with a light color. So I'm going to start with this shade called Life. And I'm going to use the shade as a transition shade. Take it from the outer corner and use it on the inside like this. So this is your crease area. This area is called the crease area. So you should always blend your eyeshadow on the crease area in this motion. This is called the windshield wiper motion, like to and fro. This area, like where the arc of the brow comes, is called the brow bone. This is the lid area, like the space that we work with is called the lid area. This is called the inner corner of the eye, and here this area is called the outer V. So I'll explain the part of the eye, so it will be easier when I'm communicating, you'll understand where to apply what. So to start with, again, this is called the crease area. When we go down, you can see there's a line like this, right? So that line is called the crease. This area on the outer area is called the outer V. This is called the lid area, the lid space. This is the inner corner of the eye, and this is the brow bone. Other parts that we say is the lower lash line, the upper lash line. So I'll again take a bit of this shade. So this shade I am applying as the transition shade. So what I'm doing is I'm going to and fro and also applying it on the outer V. Same for the other eye as well. So when you're working with eyeshadows, it's always best, not just eyeshadows, anything that you're working with when it's makeup, it's always best to start with small amounts so that you can work through it. But if you start with a lot of quantity without tapping the excess and all, what will happen, especially for the eyes, it will start to look patchy and won't blend well. Our transition is done. A normal eyeshadow look is basically like the inner area will be a light shade, the middle area will have a little bit more darker shade, and the outer area will have the darkest shade. So go from light to dark, and it will ensure that you have like a much more defined eye look. It will make your eyes look bigger as well. Many types of doing eye looks, like a cut crease, smoky and everything. So it's not like the golden rule for all the looks, but for a basic eye look, it's always better to use a light shade on the inner area, a little bit more a darker shade on the middle area, and go the darkest on the outer area. Take this shade, it's a dark brown shade, and this the darkest brown shade. Tap the excess always and apply it on the outer V. So I really like how this eyeshadow palette from Freyara, the shadows in these palettes are like blending so well. It's not getting patchy anywhere. You can see it's like beautiful colors and the right amount of pigmentation. It's so easy to work with. Especially if you're a beginner, I would highly recommend you get a good palette so that you can actually learn and work with. Next, using a fluffy blending brush, I'll take a bit of this shade that we used at first and this shade and blend everything well together. Or you can even use like a clean blending brush and blend it. So our eyeshadow look is almost done since I made it super simple. Next, taking any of the shimmer shade. I like to apply shimmer shades with my finger as well. Or else you can take something like a flat brush that can pack the shadows onto the lid. I always like to use my finger itself while applying shimmer or glitters. So I think we will go ahead with, I think I'll go ahead with the shade called Kiss. And with my finger itself, I'll pack it on the lid area in between. Now using the same blending brush, we'll just blend everything together. Now, if you want a bit more intensity on your eyes, what you can do is you can go for a shade like this. That's a bit more shimmer. So as you can see, when we top it, it's like, shining. It's shining through. So this is the eye look. We are going to use the liner. So this is the Freyara liner in black. I've just done a very small wing liner. Now using the pencil brush about which we mentioned earlier, I'll just take this shade, the dark brown shade, and go for the lower lash line. So I always like to fill the lower lash line only like, till the 1/3 portion of it. I don't like to go all the way in. But if you're someone who likes to do it that way, then you can definitely do it. Now using the Freyara mascara. At first, I wasn't really fond of this mascara, but now I have really started liking it. It's a very good mascara, especially for everyday use. It's not the mascara that will give you like the craziest lash effect or anything. And it's not at all clumpy as well. You can see how lengthening it is. This eye and this eye, you can clearly see the difference. So with that, our eye makeup is done. I clearly love how the eye looks. The shadows blended so well. Even the eyeliner was like so easy to work with. And even the mascara did a very good effect. You can see it. For this look, two matte shades that they sent me, I'm not really sure if it will suit this look, but we will just try using a little bit of it. This is slightly bright for me. This is in the shade Krail. I love the formula of it, even the red one that they had sent before. But the shade I am not a huge fan of for my skin tone. So I'll just go ahead with the red one that they had sent previously. So this is how a mix of the Krail and the red looks like. It looks slightly darker in real than in the video. This is how the final look has turned out. I'm loving the eye makeup look. I hope this video was helpful for at least some of you all who wanted to learn the basics of how to do an eyeshadow makeup. So another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is for the year 2022. This is my first video for the year 2022, and I was planning on doing a project pan. A project pan is basically a project that usually beauty bloggers take up to finish up their products. So we end up buying a lot of makeup and skincare products that we it's very rare that we end up consuming full of those products. So project pan is something that can keep us motivated to use up a certain number of products for that particular year. So I'm planning to do a project pan for the year 2022 for about like 10 to 12 products that I really want to finish up, which has been in my vanity for a very long time, and I just want to finish it up. So I will be doing a video on that as well, so inshallah, and I hope you all will be interested for it as well. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you guys want to purchase any of Freyara Cosmetics products, you will have to purchase it from their website. I will leave all the links in the description box below, and we also do have a 10% discount as an affiliate code. So if you guys want to purchase anything, you can also, if you wish to use my code, you will be able to get a 10% discount on it. So the code is Nazla10. Till next time, bye bye.